following program is classified G. It's suitable for all ages.
Very good evening and thank you for joining with us on Business Best. This is a platform where we showcase the best in the business, and we will be introducing to you people who have excelled in their particular field in order to showcase their latest developments in their respective industry. So today on the show we have a business that is just right for us women, and for all the busy women out there who are just finding a effective and a quick way to probably lose a little bit of weight or increase their metabolism or energy. So without further ado, I would like to invite our guest and let her give a brief introduction to what all her products and this business is all about. So with that, I would like to introduce Nel Suriyapperuma, who is the founder of Ceylon Fabulous Health. Nel, thank you very much for joining with us on Business Best, and I know that you've had a long drive and you're coming all the way from New Orleans, so I'm really grateful for that. Thank you. So for my first question, Nel, I would like you to give our audience a little bit of an introduction to what your products are and what your business is all about, and what your inspiration was to start on this health conscious business and rather than doing any other business.
Thank you so much for having me here. And yeah, let me start from a little bit from the beginning, why I want to do the superfood powder or herbal chai powder. So if I was very young, I was reading an article, and they're saying if you want to be in your power, you have to balance body, mind and spirit. And I didn't know exactly what is the meaning, but I feel there's a big truth behind, and I want to understand more about. So I was going for studies and learning more about holistic medicine and also about yoga and meditation. And it helped me to become more powerful, and how I like to tell, I feel fabulous with me. So, and I want to share this also with other women, because it's not about that you compare your health or your well-being with others, so it's more about yourself. And the second key for me was I had a lot of allergy if I was young, and I had a lot of passion about vision what I have, what I want to create in my life. But my body fitness was not like I wanted, and it was not like in the balance like my mind was. So with all the studies I did, it helped me to feeling better.
So that knowledge you wanted to share with all our other women as well.
Yes.
Would you like to tell a little bit about what your three powders are, these herbal chais namely? Would you like to tell what the flavors are and what they can do to our human body?
Yes. So I have three powders what I'm using also every month in different times. So, and the three powders, the first one, it's about if you have stress and or difficulties to sleep because of stress, so you have a lot of thoughts in your mind, or your sleep is just not so good, then I have this moon powder, and it's yellow, it's turmeric inside, it's ashwagandha and cinnamon, ginger and pepper, and it's a really nice powder where you just take 1 spoon and then you mix it with your favorite kind of milk, and you drink it before you go sleep. So it gives you a cozy feeling, but it's also tasty, and it helps you to relax.
And something interesting that I noticed was you name it as herbal chai,
Yes.
namely as teas, but then still on your Instagram, Facebook page, I've seen that you promote other ways that you can use these powders as well, such as in salads or puddings or desserts or in so many other ways. And that's something that I really appreciate, because some people might not like the fact that they would like to drink teas.
Yes.
So the next question that I would like to ask you is, why just give prominence to women and not focus on men also?
Yeah, I think because I'm a woman, so it started also with me that I found we have a lot of work and imbalance sometimes about the hormone system, and that's why I focus on the woman health. And I'm also hoping that more men maybe feel focusing on the men's health, because there's also a gap, and it will be also nice. But because I am a woman, I can understand a little bit more from my part. And I think also that we are living in a very masculine world, and we women function in a different way. And if we have some more support, that we can listen to our inner rhythm, we are more in our power than if we have to act like the men, because we are a little bit different.
That's inspiring to hear, Nel, and I feel that you have a very good concept of empowering our women at the moment. So when it comes to these herbal products, I feel that there is this stigma around these consumer beliefs when it comes to Ayurvedic or herbal products, questioning themselves whether it's 100% authentic or whether it's 100% natural. Have you faced any challenges of this sort?
Yes, I have understand that in Sri Lanka, sometimes the younger generation a little bit thinking that Ayurveda it's to have to put more effort and it's take longer time. But the superfood powder, the herbal chai powder, what I have, it's something what supports you daily, just to feel good. So it's not a medicine. It's like if you buying a lot of fruits or a lot of good items, but you don't have the time, you can buy the powder and you have it more easy. So it's something what makes your life a little bit more easy.
Right. Would you classify your herbal chais also as an Ayurvedic product, or if not, what is the difference between the two?
Yes, it's not an Ayurveda product because I am not the Ayurveda doctor, and an Ayurveda product is something where you go to a doctor, Ayurveda doctor, and he will give you a special medicament. And the herbal chai is something you can use daily. So like if you're cooking your curry, you're using a lot of spices and herbs also, or you're making your salad, or you're drinking some green soup in the morning. So it's everything, it's herbal, and it will also help the digestion if you use spices. So the same, it's the herbal chai powder. It's not a medicine, but it will help your system to feel better and be healthy.
Okay, Nel, what was the biggest challenge that you've faced so far? I know you started this business recently, but definitely any business would face a lot of challenges initially when they start as well. What was the biggest challenge that you've faced so far?
That's a good question. I think the biggest challenge is to go to another journey. So I had a different background, and I didn't start how to make a product. And how to make a product, how to get the right margin and find the right supplier. So, and if you didn't study about how to make a product, so you have a little bit of knowledge gap, and you must feel comfortable as an entrepreneur also to go sometimes in the unknowing.
Right, Nel. Also, when coming to production, how do you make sure that your products are 100% authentic or natural?
Yes, so for me it's very important that I see and know the supplier. So I'm always like to work with local suppliers, and I also producing the herbal chai powder by my own, so I know exactly what it's inside.
How does the production work? Does it produce in mass production, or is it a home-based product?
It's a home-based product, so it's a very small production.
All right.
Yes.
So, but according to our discussion earlier, you mentioned something about suppliers and the production
Yes.
which is happening outside as well.
Yes.
So, how does that work?
Okay, we have two types. So the first thing is I have to find where are the ingredients, and the second type is that I will packing, and because I have my own recipe, so I will pack and make the recipe. And for my future, nearest future, I also like to have a product that I can sell outside from Sri Lanka, and there I'm also finding a supplier to packing for me that I can send it to outside. And because there you need some other certification like organic, and so it's a different process. So I'm still in this process with to vending things outside, but I also enjoy the love to find a supplier in Sri Lanka and make it to my own, because even if you have a product from outside, it's something totally different if you know how you create the product. And I think always it's the best first step, and give a little bit magic to every product.
Definitely. Okay, Nel. I think you gave a very good introduction to what all your products and what your business is all about. So with that, we would like to go into a short commercial break. We'll be back soon. You're watching Business Best. Welcome back to Business Best, and this is the second segment of the show, and we are in discussion with Nel Suriyapperuma, who's the founder of Ceylon Fabulous Health. Nel, in the first segment you definitely gave a very good introduction to what your business is. So again, your products, you focus mainly on women. Would you recommend these products to men as well?
Yes, of course, especially the two products like moon powder and green energy is definitely also something men can use, and also the Shakti powder, it's also men can use. So it's nothing, because it's not a medicament, but it's not allowing that men can use it. But I'm focusing on my marketing and on my message on women.
Okay, and when it comes to these teas, you selected the product of herbal chais. Why not go into another healthy product? Because health products can be defined in various other forms as well. Why did you choose the product of this powder?
Yes, it's a very good question, because I found like the Sri Lankan culture, it's a little bit that we like to drink some tea.
Of course.
Yeah, so we like to have like a routine to have the tea in the morning, the tea in the afternoon, or before the lunch. So it's something what already give us a good feeling, and that was my thought behind, and I also do it like that.
Okay.
That you can have the tea and don't feel like you have to take a medicament or some tablets.
Right. Nel, again, coming back to this product, when you consider health conscious products, there are various forms when you consider health products. Why did you select the form of tea in the first place?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So I like to drink tea, as most of the Sri Lankan, like in the morning, and have my routine for that. And I think it's easy if you have the herbal chai product to bring it in your own routine and feel good if you use it, and at the same time you have a more health for yourself. So it's an easy way to starting a healthy lifestyle without feeling you're using medicaments, because it's not a medicament. And yeah, so I was thinking that's a nice way.
Okay, Nel. If I'm not mistaken, you are also a yoga instructor, and you used to have a healthy coffee shop as well, but unfortunately the pandemic turned ways around your business, and that's when you had to find another way out, and you came up with this fabulous health. And what were the other challenges you faced with this? And I know that you have a family and you have a beautiful daughter. Being a woman entrepreneur, was it difficult for you, and what was the support you received from everyone else?
Yes, especially because we are in Nuraelia, so it's a little bit far, and I have to think about new idea or shifting the business what I had. And I was very happy because going to a new journey, like to making a product and to serving a product, it's something totally different. I had the chance to be in Hatchworks, so they have something for women. It's called Kick-Ass Bootcamp, and they're helping to giving the knowledge about finance and marketing, and you also be in a community of a lot of powerful and passionate women. So it's really nice to have this background. And of course, I have my family, so I have the support from my family, and this is also very helpful.
That is again very inspiring, Nel, to know that you have a family, you have many businesses with you at the moment, and you're still holding on and not giving up and trying to spread a very good message to our women also. Now, Mel, do you have a specific target market per se? I know that you're delivering island-wide, but do you focus on a specific segment, like a target market?
Yes, I'm looking for women who are young, or maybe not so young, like my age. So, but for a younger generation who have the vision and passion to do something and going for their dreams. And my herbal chai powders, should support their healthy lifestyle, that they have the power to do what they like to do.
Is there a specific age gap that you would recommend this to?
I would recommend between 25 and 40 years.
All right. And Nel, what are your future expansions for this business? Do you plan on opening your own shop for this?
Yes. My family, they will open up next week their own herbal shop. It's called Ceylon Herbal House, and it is in Nuraelia. And there you will find also the Ceylon Fabulous Health products, but also a lot of other herbals what we will sending island-wide.
Would you like to give us a more elaborate explanation on what the other services that you're doing at the moment with Fabulous Health? Because you mentioned to me when we were having the discussion earlier, yes, that you're promoting yoga instruction classes as well through your website. Why don't you give our viewers also an insight about that?
Yes, I also like to do and giving some more yoga for women. So if you go to Instagram, sometimes I'm giving live, and sometimes also I'm giving some live meditation, especially for the mindset. And if you go to Instagram and you following me, you will find the updates and can join our yoga and mindset classes.
And finally, also, why don't you give us some advantages of using your herbal chai teas? Why would people select this item?
They will select if they have a busy life and they want to feel more energy, more powerful, and then they can should select the herbal chai powders, and then they can use the 3 powders like the moon powder if they have stress, the Shakti powder if they have menstrual problems like cramps, and if you don't want to drink tea or coffee all the time, or you was eating a lot of unhealthy food, you can get the green energy and take a spoon, put it with hot water and drink it, or mix it in a salad. Yes.
And Nel, finally, I would like you to give a small advice to our viewers or the women out there like a message that they can take away from this program, from your life, from your business, about not giving up and doing what you want. And being a woman can be really strong at some time, but also very difficult. Is there anything or a comment that you can give on this remark?
Yes, I have a little message in the end of the post I am doing, and I'm writing rise and shine, and happiness starts inside you, and be you. And the message I want to give with this is listen to your own need and what you really want to do instead of looking outside. And then you will feel, or you will find your way.
That's a very good note, Nel, to end our program on. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have on the show. I would really like to continue this discussion, but sadly we have to end this. And again, I would like to thank you for joining with us on the show. You've traveled all the way from Nurelia for this, and thank you again.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Well, that was our show today on Business Best. We will be back again next week with a brand new service or a product or an individual who has another story to share with us. So that is it. See you again next week. Don't go anywhere, because the blueprint is up next, where you can get some useful business tips and tools. I'm Suzanne Shinali. Have a good night.